for our Aparoksh Anubhuti session. Today I'm doing Shloka 106. If you like to follow in your text, you may. Let's chant it. Tyaga prapancha rupasya chidatmattvavalokanat tyago hi mahatam pujya sadhyo moksha mayo yataha. Translation: real renunciation, always so respectfully honored by the noble sages, is the rejection of the illusory universe on realizing that the universe is nothing but the Atma, the pure consciousness. As you know, we are studying Aparoksh Anubhuti written by Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya. And the shlokas which we are doing right now are the sadhanas that an advanced sadhak practices, which is called Nidhi Dhyasan. And last 2 Thursdays, we talked about Yama and Niyama, which are also sadhans for Yoga Darshan, but the meaning for a Nidhi Dhyasa is completely different. So today we are doing the third sadhana for a Nidhi Dhyasa, which is called Tyag. So Tyag or renunciation, according to a Nidhi Dhyasa, is a very advanced sadhana. And in the early stages, Tyag is also practiced by other sadhaks in many different faiths also. But it is always confused between Tyag and Dan. So what is the difference between renunciation and charity? So when we don't have that clear understanding and we do charity, we mistake it for vairagya. But this is not vairagya. Charity is not vairagya. Charity is something different. We are talking about Tyag, renunciation, which is a product of vairagya. So let's understand this difference. So if you value something, any object or money or anything that is useful for you, it has some importance for you. You like it, you desire it, it is dear to you. And then you give that away to someone else, that is Tyag. So what is the difference between Tyag and not Tyag? In not Tyag, you give something that is extra for you. You keep back a little bit for your own self, and anything surplus, anything extra than what you actually require, and you give it away to someone else who requires it, then that is called dan or charity. For example, you earn X amount of money. Out of that X amount of money, you require Y. Then the balance of X minus Y, you give away to someone, then that is called dan or charity. That is not called Tyag. In Tyag, you simply give away something totally that is not extra, but which you desire to renounce. So Tyag has been recommended as many sadhanas earlier also. So the first kind of Tyag that you can do is of possessions, of wealth, of money. And you do your sadhana of karma yoga in the bhava of Tyag. So in karma yoga, you are supposed to give up karta bhav and bhokta bhav. Means you do your actions without any sense of doership. And since I am not doing, then whatever is the result of that action is also Tyag, is also given away as Tyag. So no karta bhav, no bhokta bhav is one level of Tyag, right? We don't, if we give away our karta bhav, we cannot keep a little bit of karta bhav. If you keep a little bit of karta bhav, then you are not doing tyag of karta bhav. If you keep a little bit of expectation, you are not doing no bhokta bhav. Therefore, renouncing totally karta bhav and bhokta bhav, that is called tyag of karta bhav and bhokta bhav. And this, is a sadhana we have talked about earlier, which is a part of karma yoga and which leads to the purification of the antakaran. This is not an advanced sadhana. This is a basic sadhana for one who is interested in reaching the final spiritual goal, purification of the mind. Then there is also sadhana, which is of swadharma tyag. This is slightly more advanced in the ladder of spiritual sadhanas, where you actually take sannyas. At that time, you do tyag. Tyag of what? All your obligatory duties. You cannot you are not required to follow the dharma of varna and ashram. At that stage, the sannyasi does tyag of all worldly pleasures, of all obligations, of all expectations, totally, not just the extra part that would be done. So you have tyag of karta bhav and bhokta bhav as part of your purification process. Then you have tyag of swadharma, where you do not keep any notion of varna and ashram. You are totally free from all that. But what exactly is tyag for a nididhyasak? So for a nididhyasak, which I said is an advanced sadhana, the nididhyasak does tyag of the entire world, tyag of prapanch. Prapanch is this entire sansar. So obviously, this cannot be something that, someone who is not performed karma yoga, has not purified the mind, has not purified the antakaran, has not even reached the stage of sannyas. That person cannot give up the entire world. So what does it actually mean to give up the entire world, to renounce the entire world, or to do tyag of the entire world? So it means to do the tyag of the wrong understanding of what we consider the world to be. Obviously, this is done with the help of Atma Gyan. When the person, the sadhak, has reached that understanding theoretically with nishtha, that the world as we see it, the body, the mind, the intellect, the entire universe that is perceived by the five senses is not the real world, and he has nishtha that the real understanding of the world is that everything is Brahma. So when he has that understanding, he does tyag of the wrong understanding, of the false understanding of what this entire universe really is. And that can only be done when the antakaran has been trained. And the training part of it is all the sadhanas that he has done from Shravan, Manan, and finally reaching the stage of Nididhyasan. So such a person will see the world as an illusion of Nam and Roop, name and form. He will see the truth that is within him and realize that the same truth that is within him is in the same truth as everyone else and in everything else. Ishavasya Sarvamidam, we have talked about it in the Upanishad class also, that this entire world is just a clothing of Ishwar. And that is the tyag that he is doing of the wrong notion of what he sees. So he has to change his vision. When he changes his vision from Roop and Nam, and he gets the vision of Brahma, Brahma Nishtha, Brahma Drishti, he will see that this entire Jagat is Mithya and only Brahma is the Satya. How will he do this? He will have to go through the entire process of all the sadhanas up till Nididhyasan. He will have to use his vivek to create vairagya of the entire world. And when he does this, not only will he be doing tyag of the entire universe, he will also be doing tyag of his sense of self. This aham, this ahankar, this I, who is the doer, he will give that up and realize aham atma. And when he gives up the wrong concept of aham, he will also give up the concept of mama. Mama means the sense of possessiveness. Only when there's aham, you can have mama. So all this is what he has to tyag. Then in Nididhyasa will be practicing tyag as the third sadhana of Nididhyasa. So in this shloka, it says that this real renunciation is respectfully honored by the noble sages. Why do the noble sages respect this particular sadhana of tyag? Because it leads immediately, directly to moksha. Obviously, if you have got the wrong notion of the universe, the wrong notion of the self, and you give that up, remember, keeping nothing back for yourself, complete tyag, then obviously the ignorance will be converted into knowledge, and therefore it will lead to moksha. That is why this is such an important sadhana for a nididhyasa. See, normally we have a wrong concept. We feel that we have to do something. And when we will do something, we will have something. And when we will have something, we will be successful, right? It is all about doing, having, and being. So, for example, if we work very hard, we will have money, and then we will be successful. Do, have, be. If we study a lot of texts, get a lot of knowledge, we will have knowledge, and with that knowledge, we will be liberated. But unfortunately, it is not so. Maybe it is so in the world, but a jnani knows this formula does not work for liberation. In spirituality, it's not about how much you do and how much you get and how much you have, which will make you liberated. It is how much you give up that will make you liberated. It's not important about what you do. It is more important of what you undo. The whole process is about undoing everything. So for a jnani, it doesn't start with do, have, be. It starts with be. It starts with being established in the right knowledge. And when that happens, you will have equanimity of vision, samadarshini. And when you have that, you will do whatever is needed, whatever it may be, as one's duty only, right? So tyag, renunciation for a nididhyasa, if you have to recap, it means tyag of a wrong notion and being focused on Brahma. Tyag of your notion of Nam and Roop and being focused on the Tattva, the Atma within. Changing your drishti from Panchabhut. So tyag of your vision of Panchabhut and then focusing on Paramatma. You have to tyag something to get something. You have to give up something to get something. And this tyag of what is most important, your ignorance, basically, we're talking about tyag of ignorance. And they're making place for knowledge. So this is the Nididhyasak sadhana, third sadhana. Don't try it now. Go through the process of purification, qualification, gathering the knowledge, getting nishtha of knowledge, then doing Shravan, Manan, then go for Nididhyasan. So you make the most of your Nididhyasan sadhana. More on this fourth sadhana of a Nididhyasan next Thursday. Okay? Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Shidarpana, Jai Gurudev. Thank you, Seema, for chanting. Thank you, Zoom team. God bless you all. Have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow for Bhakti. God bless.